Hello, and welcome back to Echoes of the Wandering Inn, where
The leveling never stops.
I'm Geoff Lalonde.
And I'm Paul Morris. And through the powers that are of us pre-recording, we haven't recorded in a while because I was in a high-speed car accident and was unable to see light or do anything for a while.
But fear not, you haven't noticed anything, but for us it's been a bit. So, anyways. Today we are discussing the Interlude King edition of the first book.
And
holy cannoli, what an amount of
I wouldn't exposition
world building, really.
World building and exposition, I before we even get into it, like the prose, the descriptions of everything in this chapter are like, wow. Pirate Alba is like their prose, their prose and their descriptions of things is like incredible.
And like immediately right out of the gate, the very, very first thing that's said is that light falls upon the world at the same time,
which is, I think, I don't know if they've talked about it. They do talk about it. It's not really much of a spoiler, but they talk about it in the future. The Earthers are trying to convince everyone in the inverse that the worlds are round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Earth is round, but this indicates that the inverse is not round. It is a disc.
Yeah, which is wild to think about if you think about it. That it's not that it is in fact a flat Earth or flat inverse, flat in world,
flat in world. Yeah, because it's also a little bit, not a little bit smaller, but like the seasons are all the same everywhere.
Mm-hmm. It goes summer, then winter, then basically flip flops back and forth.
The temperatures are a little bit different, but like they're the same everywhere.
Yeah. And then it focuses in on this literal crumbling kingdom, just like. In my God, some of the maybe dead gods.
Dead gods.
It's crazy to me how descriptive the words are in this chapter, describing both the decrepity of the
and its once glory,
but also the beauty that it once was, so that you know basically what where this place was
and is
now.
Like it's all the way that Pirate Alba describes it. It's almost like we're looking at the city as it is, but then also seeing like not a hologram, but like a slight of its epicness of one time. But we're looking at it destroyed, but like there's like a vision of what it used to be at the same time, which is incredible on their part.
Yeah. Now we've arrived in what we find out is Rhyme, the city of Rhyme.
Yep, where the King of Destruction
has just been awoken by interworldly travelers who have filled him in on all sorts of weird and crazy information about their world.
Who we have met before, which are
Trey and Therese,
the two that were in the Great Awakening, or the Great. What's it called?
The Great Ritual.
Great Ritual, who appeared in Floss's chamber and awoken him.
And this is the second king interlude that we've had.
Yes.
And so now, something that was mentioned in this chapter specifically that I was like, oh wow, that is kind of an interesting insight.
Before you
go ahead, Paul.
The description they give of Floss, I'm like, Floss is hot.
Yeah, maybe a little thin right now. But...
It's like they're talking about how badass he is. I'm like, I can see why everyone wants this guy. I'm not even gay, but it's like, okay, Floss, we can do. Yeah, okay. But also they call Trey and Therese boy and girl, even though we've already talked to them. A boy and a girl.
Yeah. But in the previous chapter, we were experiencing the beginning of this interaction from their perspective.
Yeah.
In this chapter, we're seeing the interaction basically from Floss's perspective.
Yeah.
And that's something else that's really just amazing about this series is that you do sometimes see the same event from multiple perspectives. And it's so cool to be able to know exactly how somebody was thinking in a moment when the other character has no idea.
Yeah, and I think the last interlude we had was more from Trey and Teresa's perspective, where this one, even if it's not from Floss's perspective, it's more omnipresent. We're watching this part.
And just something I have to say is this king, Floss Rymark, is just so full of himself.
Yeah.
But like also in his mind he has every right to be.
He's just
he is a king, and if he wants to do something, it will happen.
It's just
because he said it.
Mm-hmm. And again, I want to go back on like the descriptions of Floss slowly awakening, coming back to like the world, like the fire, the fire coming back to his eyes, and it's all because of these two interlopers who they thought were assassins, but the king, even though he is not at his best, they didn't think that that two unarmed children are going to be much of a danger.
Mm-hmm. And it's really great because he's like, here's a specific quote that I really liked. A world unlike this one, full of miracles such as I have never dreamed, inconceivable, and yet you tell this truth. A place where magic is myth and technology is advanced to the point of where men fly for business and convenience. That cannot be a fairy tale.
Yeah, he's like, basically, it's so crazy that it has to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one would no one would think of that.
Mm-hmm. And also, it's worth mentioning that Floss does also have a truth stone, but beyond that, he also has a skill that specifically tells him when people are lying to him. So the only time that Trey and Therese lie to him in this, like in their whole interaction, is when they're lying about the strength of
their military, their weaponry, and even then, Floss is like, it's like, I don't fear your world.
Yeah, like I have people who can fly and shoot lightning from their fingertips. You think a tank is going to stop me? Sure. Nice try, buddy.
And so basically, Trey and Therese are telling him about the world, and this is bringing his not his soul back, but it's bringing his
it's relighting the fire of his purpose
and his I can't think of the word, his drive
or joie de vivre,
because Floss discussed is he had one moment of sadness, of despair, and it stopped his entire kingdom.
Now, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to nerd out here real fast for a second. Do you think Floss's king class changed, and that's what led to the 20 years of slumber? Because let's be honest, whatever he was before that was not that, and you know that your class changes who you are.
Yeah, it's interesting to think of because it's interesting to think that if Floss lost anything or Floss changed something and then fell asleep, but then
slumbered,
but it would also mean that that Trey and Therese altered it that quickly. And I think it was just more his own personal depression, because he talked about that one moment of sorrow broke him.
Yeah, and to be fair, we haven't gotten to Selim yet,
right?
But if you'll consider a certain human in that instance, all it took was one choice, one moment.
But yeah, you're right. It could have done something to him, but whatever it did do, it was
undone by Trey and Therese. And he specifically says, oh, he said he thanks them specifically, and I'm sure we'll get there. But he does end up thanking Trey and Therese specifically, being like, "You woke me from my slumber, and you're hanging with me now. Like we're in this together."
And the more he talks, it's like this is another Pat Pyrodaba,
Mm-hmm.
but like the more Floss talks, it's he is magnetic. Like just how he speaks, and like even though he's so full of himself, but like for a reason, like it's like you can tell, like he's not just all bark.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he believes his own hype.
I mean, like he says, what he says, he's like, he says such amazing things. I can't like just go ahead and read the whole chapter to you, but like he's like, for all the strength of my armies, we can't match a single bomb, and though my mages could labor 1,000 years, they could not fly up to the twin moons in the sky and dare to land on them. Worse though, they've never even dreamed of it. Land on the moon? What a jest. What a challenge the heavens have sent me. He's literally taking all of the things that Trey and Therese have shared with them about our world.
Bet.
And he's like, that, like, how can I go back to sleep now? How can I return to a slumber when I know that there is these things out there that I've never dreamed of dreaming about?
And it shows how smart Floss is also in that same moment where it's like the odds of you being the only people that came here is low.
I also think it's really crazy because right at the beginning of the chapter, he's like this frail old grandpa.
We'll get there, yeah.
He's kind of chilling, and then he's curious, and then he's interested, and then he's excited, and then it grows, and it grows, and it grows, and then
like
by the end of the chapter,
there's a specific thing. So it's like where Floss, like he's such a magnetic person, and then he just wants everything, and he's like talking to them and walking, and he bumps into his actual throne because he was sitting in a chair, right, and a throne he got from a former conquest.
Yeah,
and he's like, and he just kind of like sits on it, and then it's like a fire goes through the world,
and like all of his people, like all of his kingdom knows he's back. But they daren't believe it.
And it I don't know if it's actually magic or it could be his like class, or maybe
it's definitely a class thing.
And as soon as he sits on the throne, it's like 10 years fall off of him. He's still the same way he was, but
now he's just like got this radiance about him.
Yeah, and it's like is there a halo or was that a crown?
No, it's his crown,
right?
But it's a halo, right? He's amazing.
And I just put like, and then he sat and was a king again.
Bum, bum, bum.
And he sits down and he's like, he's hyped, and he goes, and
this is my favorite part of the entire chapter.
Orthonon.
And this man walks in just like harassed and tired and exhausted and like just done with the world. But steadfast in his duties to his king.
He's the only one who has stayed. He wishes his king to return in the way he was, but he's depressed essentially. He's downcast, looking down. He's like, "Yes, Lord," and he's like asking him about his like, tell me about the kingdom, right? Orthonon has, and like I literally wrote in my notes, like, Orthonon, look at him, bro. And he's like, our people are dying, or we can't feed our people. I'm like, and
your vassals have left, and he does actually. He does go into this one specific thing with a lot of foreshadowing in it. And I don't, and he's like, better nations have risen in the ashes. He names the Emperor of Sands. He names Naravia. He names Medane, Jacross, Belchan, And he goes on to say that the Kuros and Helios are testing their existing borders, and that Germina's agents are just kind of around sowing chaos. And he's just like, basically saying, turns around and says to his king, he's like, hey, yo, bro, like, I keep telling you this, but like, you're not listening. Why do you claim the throne if you aren't going to do anything?
And then he says the best line I've ever heard, like, because I am your king. And then at that moment, he goes, Orthanon's like, what?
Yeah. And like, to be fair, Orthanon was like saying all of this like super pissed off.
And like they did say, like, he called him Lord, like kind of like essentially a slur, almost.
And so he looks up like filled with rage at like the situation, and was like just super curious before. And it's like I literally in my head I picture like heart eyes,
heart eyes, were like also like shooting out of his head.
Oh yeah,
like ding 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 ding.
Oh, for sure. It was actually amazing. And like now Orthanon sees Floss.
He's like, Your Majesty? And he's like, he realizes that Floss is awoken. Like he's back. And then Floss asks again, Orthanon, tell me of my kingdom. And it's hilarious because Orthanon proceeds to tell him how horrible everything is, and Floss is like, sweet.
Yeah, he's like, no, wonderful, specifically. Yeah. And like, you're like, wonderful. What? And now Floss's whole opinion of this is just, you know what? Cool. We've gotten knocked down to square one. Fantastic. No one's gonna expect me now. I am gonna come back and I'm gonna take back all my stuff and more, and I'm gonna be king of the world.
He
mic drop.
And like he's so hyped. He's like, Orthanon, tell my vassals they have 2 days to come back to me. Right? And they're like, they won't believe you, Lord. It's like I will. He's just like continually. Oh yes. Tell them this. I await them, and I shall raise my banners and set each place at my table until they are gathered here. I shall not rest upon the throne, but the kingdom know and hear my word. I have returned.
Right? He's literally just saying, he's like, listen, man, I'm going to set your place at the table every single day until you get back. So even if you don't believe that I'm back, your ass better be in that chair because
I'm back.
Because I'm back.
He basically and the funniest thing, because Orthanon to this point, we've seen him before, very stoic guy, right? And Floss puts his hand on his shoulder and like kind of like fires him up a little bit too, and like he runs like a 12-year-old boy out the door and like, he's awake, and then everyone else is like, oh shit.
And something else is just absolutely crazy to me is how like this has to be a skill or an aura or something that he's using, because he goes through and he's like, y'all, I am back. Rise. And when he says the word rise, it's like the word shook the air. The twins,
I think it's an aura.
It's got to be an aura.
It's like an aura skill, for sure.
And the twins, they don't know what they're doing, but they're like, okay, we're moving, guys. Like we're on our way. Like where are we going? And like everyone else in the realm just was like up and moving. They didn't know, couldn't stand still. They just knew they had to move.
And then Floss goes to the. Well, before as he's moving, he's talking to Trey and Therese, like, it's like, and you, basically what you said earlier, like, you're mine now.
Yeah. Well, first he's like, hey, cool. Thanks for waking me up, guys. You're my bodyguards now.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna train you up, and you're gonna be my bodyguards.
It's like, I don't think bodyguards, but like you said, like he is his own hype. Like it's like. What freedom is not, you don't have freedom. If you want freedom, take feel free to take up arms against me.
Oh
But
yeah.
until then, you serve me.
Oh yeah. And
But
I mean,
not in like a terrible, like evil way. He's just like, you're with me now, dog.
well, it's in an entitled way. He is a king.
Yeah.
I don't really give two flying dirt balls what you think. I say you're going to be my bodyguards.
You're mine now.
You're my bodyguards. That is what I expect.
And
because I have said it.
His last thing he says is just,
oh yeah, I am Floss Rymark, the king of destruction. Let the world know I have returned.
And like
Ryoka would frickin' hate this.
Ryoka would want to choke him.
Oh, Ryoka would want to roundhouse kick him.
But then also Ryoka would then also subsequently immediately be executed.
No, he would find out she's an Earther and break her until she worked with him.
Fair.
Right? Yeah. He would make her.
I think Floss is the one guy that could probably turn her. She has a thing for
immortals.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, we'll get there too. But that was it for the King Interlude.
And
I have to say, y'all, I am so excited for this particular storyline. Floss, for me, is one of those people that I hate to love and love to hate. But his storylines are so intriguing.
I think just how he speaks. Like, every time he speaks, I'm so enraptured. I'm like, what else do you have to say, Floss?
Yeah, keep speaking. Sorry, it's kind of like listening to somebody with a foreign accent that you like, and you're just like, I could listen to you say cuss words all day and just fall asleep and dream.
It's so funny because I've seen reviews of the Wandering Inn, and people don't like Chandrar's points of view. Like, they don't like the Floss storyline. I'm like, how do you not like Floss's storyline? He's so magnetic, and I want to know about him more.
Well, everyone's entitled to their opinions, even if they're wrong.
Even if they're wrong. But that's all we got for this episode. Before we go, always follow us on all our socials. We got Instagram. I'm trying to use that more. I try to post every time we have a new episode, and I will be on there more. And basically, don't forget, this is to put a comment on our wherever you get our podcast.
Tell us. Why don't we say who is your favorite character that you've seen so far
from Chandrar?
From Chandrar, yeah.
I mean, it's basically Trey. Who your favorite? Trey, Therese, Floss, or Orthonon, basically.
Basically.
And don't forget, this is not this is a selfless thing, and we're not sponsored, but don't forget to go pre-order.
The books are coming out.
Don't forget to pre-order the physical books of The Wandering Inn. The first 2 books are coming out, but they are 4 books. And we already ordered them, so we're going to have those.
I am very excited.
And basically, that's it. So until next time, keep leveling. Bye-bye.